so Stultz Trailhead was the first stop of Oak Creek Grade. This is just south of Cañon City on the mountain. It's a back way to get back up to West Cliff. I didn't go all the way through. Didn't really walk this trail, just stopped and got some footage not very far off the road. Webster and I walked around a little bit, and then we continued on our journey. We ended up back at this BLM land in West Bear Gulch. It was a pretty neat little area, and after this we stopped and took a hike. So I'll let you enjoy the footage, and I'll talk a little bit while we're out hiking. All right, so I'm going to do this now since it's raining, and we'll pretend this isn't all sweat. So Webster and I went on a little road trip. We went up Oak Creek Grade, which takes you to where we're at now. We actually went down some BLM land. I got some footage over there, so we'll show that as well. We stopped at Lyons Canyon. There's a little campground there at the base, and hiked back up the mountain a little bit. We're probably only maybe 2 miles in, so nothing, but it's starting to rain, so I think we're gonna head back to the truck and head back down the hill. All right, so this seems like a good spot for walking and talking. The rocks aren't too bad, so you'll have to forgive me looking down. I did bring my AirPods, but I don't think we need them here because all we're dealing with is the rain. And I actually left them in the truck, so I don't have them. So just a general update on what's going on with the property. We got the building permit submitted this week. They are, what they tell me is swamped, and it's probably going to be 2.5 weeks. So before we get the building permit back, we got to get a hold of Mr. Miller, the builder, and make sure he can correspond his start date with that, or as shortly after that as possible. And also got to start lining up concrete and get that figured out. I'm planning on a week or two to get the trenches dug and all the concrete in and the rebar in, and got to put some insulation down, and then we're also going to put in the PEX tubing to use for radiant floor heat. So that's where that's at. So we're kind of remain in a holding pattern, and that's why I'm not doing stuff like this, because it's not raining at home. I guarantee that. I'll be shocked if it is when we get back. This is over in the area where I always say, look, those people over there are getting rain, and we never do. But it is nice to be in 60 some degrees. I'm sweating because I just climbed, I don't know, 1,000 feet probably. But to be in 60 degrees, and literally it's about half an hour drive to here, and there's 2 other trails that are even closer. So that's how everything's going update-wise on the property. Probably see some of these outings because we are conserving money. And if it's not to do with getting the house done, we are not spending it. So any little side projects, I don't care if it's a dime, a dollar, or $100. At this point, we're not spending it. So there is going to be some downtime over the next few weeks. A couple weeks at least, until we get the frame up, and then beyond that, probably be a little gap in the concrete. Once I get concrete in, I've got a floor, and I can start building my walls and doing the build out. Then I'm going to be plenty busy. So sorry about the up and down and not staying in frame and not looking at you, but I really didn't want to land on my face, and I recognize where we're at, so we are getting closer to the truck. And if it's not raining on up the road, there might be a little more video after this. So after the hike, there was just a couple pit stops or some videos while I was going down the road back down into the valley. It's amazing views up there. But we were wet, and while it was 95 degrees when we headed out, at one point it got down into the 50s while we were up there getting rained on. So AC on the way out, heater on the way back. Enjoy the views of the valley. It opens up here in a little bit to some pretty neat, spectacular views. Should be a subscribe button down there during the whole video, and if this is the end, there should be a subscribe circle popping up there, as well as link to another video there. So hope you're having a good day, everybody. Stay safe.